podcast, man. Let me see what I'm gonna jump into next. Let's jump to a Father's Day coming up.
Okay, is this a stroll down the TL, by the way?
Stroll down the TL. By the fact, this is the segment of the podcast called Stroll Down the TL. Let me get to my banner real quick. Thank you, man, for letting me know, getting fresh off that.
Yeah, man.
Fresh off that that situation right there. A stroll down the TL. All right. Father's Day is coming. We don't care if your mama and daddy, we don't care that your baby daddy ain't nothing. We don't care if you don't know your own father. We're celebrating good fathers. That's it.
And a woman sent that tweet too. You know what I mean? I came across that right before we started filming, my brother.
So that was a woman who sent that?
Mm-hmm.
I thought the original came from a dude.
Oh, well,
was it a woman? I think she may have retweeted and that's how you saw it.
Okay, that's probably what it was. Okay.
Yeah, I think it originally came from a dude, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Well, it originally came from a dude, but fair enough though. A woman retweeted it. You know, excuse me, getting tongue tied, but you know, when I retweet something, that means I like it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much saying, no matter what's going on come Father's Day, stick to the script of it being Father's Day. What you feel about that, man, Roti?
You know, I'm a definitely I want to say, as you know, as how I grew up. You know, I only grew up with my mom. You know, and you know, like I said, earlier podcast, like I felt some type of way, you know, towards my dad for a long while. You know what I'm saying? Right. Until I was old enough to really understand from a man's point of view of, you know, why they didn't work out. And I get it now, you know. So it's like, you know, from things that I've been told, you know, let's just say it just didn't work out. And it wasn't because he was a bad dude or whatever. He wanted to be around. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just didn't work out. You know, they couldn't work it out. You know, and you know, my mom definitely was a great mom. You know, a strong mom, but she wasn't my dad though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she didn't teach me how to be a man. You know, I had to kind of freestyle through life and kind of wing it to figure it out, you know, on my own, you know. So I actually agree with that. You know, she wasn't my mom and dad. She was just a superb mom, you know what I mean? And that's, you know, a hardworking mom. So like that's really what she was. So like when I saw that, you know, I think about all my partners that are good dads. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really know no deadbeat dudes. Like, you know, I can go down the list. You started with you. Don Dada, Speedy, Dre, Pat, like all the dudes I know, they hold they kids down. You know what I'm saying? You know, they'll take a bullet for them kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it is some good dads out there. You know, it's a lot. It's probably more good dads out there than you think. You know, so you know when I saw like, you know, I think it was last year I saw like, you know, they was trying to you know, shout out the single moms. You know, all the moms is holding it down. Nah, man, this you know. Let the dads have this one. You know, Mother's Day, y'all have y'all day. Dads have y'all. You know what I'm saying? So and because there's some good ones out there, you know. And if I ever was to have, you know, some kids, I know for a fact that I would give my all for them kids, you know. So it's like, you know, definitely want to, you know, shout out to the great dads, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, and also when I saw that, I was thinking, because my mom was like, you know, it's a big day coming up on this Sunday. She's talking to me the other day. I like, what you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, like, you know, because my pops stay in Waco, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to your pops. And she was like, oh, you know, he live in Waco. You know, I'm like, what you talking about? Because my pop's birthday ain't until December. Like, and then, you know, then I like, oh man, it is Father's Day. So it's like,
didn't even remember.
It's not really pushed like Mother's Day. Nowhere near as Mother's Day. And I'm not knocking the moms, you know what I'm saying? Not, you know, mothers have their day and they deserve that to get their shine, you know what I'm saying? But it's like fathers get swept under the rug damn near, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh yeah, you sure right, it is. It damn is Father's Day, you know. But that's kind of where that came from when I sent that to you in the DM, man. But you know, I really want to hear what you got to say as the father. You know what I'm saying on this
Man,
podcast, man. What you
let,
think
let,
about that?
let, let's talk about what you were saying, how you saying like fathers get swept under the rug, right?
Okay,
This is what I feel. Like if you think about it, right? And if you think about 60, 70 years ago and what
okay,
they called the traditional relationship, right?
okay,
60, 70 years ago, what they called a traditional relationship, pre-feminism,
okay,
where women were still at home raising kids,
okay.
ironing clothes, cooking dinner.
Mm-hmm.
When Father's Day came around, what could they possibly do for their husbands?
Mm.
They was house moms, majority of them,
Okay,
unless they were watching playing babysitter somewhere else or something.
okay.
Had a little job down at the bakery or something. Like, what really could they do
Mm-hmm. You talking about monetarily, right?
monetarily? They really couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that's a fair point. It's true.
So do you think that mindset was going to change when feminism came across and women started to make all this money?
Mm.
No, the mindset was still the same, you
Mm.
know? And at the end of the day, like what men have to understand why Father's Day is not big as it is because men are the reason why it's not as big
Okay.
as it is. All women back then could do is do what they could do. Matter of fact, they did what men wanted them to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have
That's
them a good
true.
dinner when they got home. Make sure the kids will put to bed. I'll meet you in the bedroom.
Mm.
They did exactly what most of the dudes wanted.
Mm-mm.
Oh, and matter of fact, let me hang out an extra 2 or 3 hours with my buddy down at the bar. Don't trip when I come home.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I used to go down.
That's how it used to go down.
Yeah. Yep.
So what happened is when women start to be able to start making money,
Mm-hmm.
men wanted more now.
Okay.
And this feminism came.
Mm-hmm.
I know feminism came, then the push of LGBT and all that came too.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to understand what came with feminism
Okay.
or the feminist movement. And one thing a lot of women will never say is true because they honestly believe that a lot of the stuff that they get in life is based on their hard work.
Okay.
And I get it. A lot of women do work hard.
Mm.
They do. They go to the schools and they get their degrees and they come in these jobs and they learn these jobs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But through that time of ushering women into these positions and giving them jobs and things of that nature,
Mm-hmm.
they either got these positions. Why? Because either the companies and things were getting certain type of monies because you were putting women in position. It was kind of like affirmative action for black people. It's
Yeah.
kind of like the Rooney Rule in football.
Yeah.
You at least gotta talk to a few. You at least gotta talk to two
Yeah.
or three women and
Like a
give them a
double
shot at
quota.
the position, like a double. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is where this stuff came from.
Mm.
So it wasn't that a lot of these women was equipped to do these jobs. It was that they had to do these jobs to usher in this new women's movement. And
Okay.
then on top of that, a lot of these women did get these jobs and positions back in those days. Why? Based on their femininity, based on why. If men felt like I did a little something for her and scratch her back, hopefully she'll, understand where I'm coming from and do a little something for me.
Mm.
This is what this is where this came from.
Yeah.
Now, don't get it twisted. Hard work, late 80s, 90s, hard work came into play. Women caught on to what was going on.
Mm.
But in the early times, this is what was it.
Mm.
Now, when women started making money, dudes wanted more. Why? Because now, say for instance, after World War II and stuff like that, when the men came back, women was working on the jobs, and when men came back, women didn't want to give up the jobs, or people didn't want to rehire back the men because the productivity was a little bit more, in line, sleeker, more manicured, more paid attention to, whatever like that. Men started getting hot. So now you got women's taking the jobs that they had. Women's making the money, Mother's Day is still the polarizing day that it is. And you got Father's Day. Only thing father probably did get was a cupcake. And he at home with no job. He hired his fish grease. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So moving forward, up into these 90s, up into these 2000s, as far as why it's not big, first of all, it hasn't been until recently, I want to say the last 5 to 8 years, where dudes have been like just a little bit more, I'm gonna let my girl ball out on me. I'm gonna let her ball out. Before then, trust me, when we was growing up, literally 2000, 2001, 2002, your girl would try to do a little something for you. Nah, baby, I'm good. I got it. It was an ego thing. It was pride. You was always told, no, she should never come out of her pocket. She should never. You supposed to take care of everything, which was the wrong ideology to have. Why? Because if you love me and you care about me, you should be able to do something for me, right? But men came up under this wrong ideology of that. If the only way you're a man is if you take care of everything, and that was the wrong. Like I said, just like how women was taught wrong, we was taught wrong too. Because what happens when we can no longer do for ourselves, or our money don't stretch as far as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Now we so stuck in our pride that even if the woman wants to do something for you, we so afraid to let her do it because if we get into an argument, what's going to happen? You want to know why? You want to know why? Because when the man no longer had no money and the woman had a little bit of money, when she would do something for the man, and then all of a sudden they get into an argument later, and then she'll tell him, oh, well, I did this for you, and I did this for you, and I did that for you, and then he get mad and smack her. But you know why she act like that? Because when you was the person with the money, you would always tell her, I did this for you. I did that for you. I did this for you. Who she learned it from? She learned it from you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So when you look at Father's Day not being as big as what it is, it's man's fault. It ain't got nothing. It ain't that women don't want to do nothing for men. It's not that. A lot of women want to do stuff for men. Man just was reluctant to take it.
Okay. Well, what about when you hear, like, shout out to the mothers that's playing mom and dad, because like everything you said, if I could just personalize it, yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? I was taught like that, like, and I don't really, I probably would accept some things, but like not too much. But like I'm saying, like, if you would, like, you as a dad, and it's dad's day, and then you got women that's like, oh, shout out to the women that's moms and dad. You know what I mean? What about that aspect of it?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Well, this what this is, right? And this is what us men got to understand. And I know a lot of men don't understand it because they possibly not married yet, and they probably don't understand. Don't get it twisted, because I didn't understand it too. It took for me to do a lot of praying and understanding and asking for answers, and praying about answers, and then I finally started getting the answers to a lot of things. And you have to think about it as a male, right? As a male, especially as a male who has to go far and long to make money or whatever, to take care of his family.
Yeah.
When you look at people like whether you say athletes, entertainers, truck drivers, people who are on the go a lot.
Doctors, lawyers.
Yeah, well, yeah, they come home every day. A lot of
okay, I got you. You mean like travel?
Like the ones, the travelers who don't come home because yeah, even though you come home every day, but you still need to have your wife ready. When, like, the travelers of the world, when they're not there, mom could never be dad, but mom has to be so in tune with dad that it's just like dad still there when dad gone and mom there, because the kids see them as one.
Okay.
So when the kids know dad ain't gonna let me slide, the kids already know, but mom ain't gonna let me slide too, because mom and daddy is one.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like y'all have to be that much in tune.
Yeah. In unison,
And
huh?
that unison, it has to be there. They have to know if daddy ain't cutting up, if daddy gonna be hard right here, mama gonna be hard in the same areas, because they are in unison.
Yeah. Okay.
But the problem is a lot of people in relationships are not in unison. So it's like when dad gone, mama got a whole new set of standards and rules of how the house go. And then when dad comes back, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna let your dad take over. And, make him, just let him feel like he run the house. And it shouldn't run like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and that's what you have. You have two separate ideologies in the home.
Like
and
divided.
It's a divided home.
Yeah.
So so when at the end of the day, and it ain't just because, oh, I'm the man, I'm superior, or nothing like that. Like when my wife goes, my kids have to make sure, like, then when they look at me, like, and I have to catch myself sometimes, and I have to catch myself and be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna sit there, we're gonna talk this out, we're gonna reason, we're gonna have a nice calm conversation or whatever like that. Because if my wife gone on the road or gone on a trip or gone to somewhere else, they gotta feel like their mama's still at home. They know I'm not their mama, but they need to feel like their mama's still at the house.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
So even though daddy's at the house, they still gotta feel like they could talk to dad like they talk to mama. They gotta still feel like they could talk to mama like they talk to daddy. It can't be no missing cylinders. It can't be no, and that's what happens. It's kind of like telling your kid, no, I tell you ain't get no ice cream, and then the kid gonna look at mama, and mama will get us some ice cream. That's a divided house.
Divided house, yeah.
No matter how small it is, it's divided.
Yeah, true.
You understand? So it needs to be more unison in the home. So it's not a jab at mama. It's not a jab at daddy. It just needs the upbringing, the rearing. The kids got to understand that, like, the adulthood in the house is a unison thing.
Unison, yeah.
It's a group thing. It's not, oh, mama's way and daddy's way. No, it's they're together. So that's why, like, back in the days, I never really. I used to see my stepmom. She always used to tell us, we would ask her something, we would ask my dad something, right? Because out of respect thing, we would always go to my dad first. So we'll ask my dad something, and then my dad will be like, go ask your moms.
Yeah.
You go ask your moms, right? And so she'll flip it back and be like, nah, go see what your dad say. And then he'll flip it back around and be like, nah, tell her what she said is good. Because he was paying bills and stuff like that, but he was giving up everything else at the house, so where he wouldn't know what was going on in home.
Because he was out working a lot.
Yeah. So it was like, as long as I'm paying everything cool. It don't stop at just paying everything.
Yeah.
It don't stop at just paying everything.
Yeah, you got to spend that time too.
It's more than just paying everything.
Yeah.
It's just like the kids that I was telling you, parents had all this, all that, all the cars, all this, but they don't have no connection with their kid.
No connection, yeah.
What does paying for everything mean? Like it was a tweet on the timeline the other day about I can't remember. It was on top. It's not on top of my head. It was it was talking about a lady asked the fella. She said, "Would you could you be friends with somebody who's not active in their kid's life?
I seen that. I seen that.
And it was so many dudes that jumping out. Oh, I could never do it. I could never mess with a nigga who ain't do. And I'm like, whoa. Being a complete deadbeat and not being active is two different things. You know.
Yeah. That's true.
That's two totally different things.
That's true.
Because a lot of people only take, oh, I'm an active dad is I pay some bills. Yeah. But you have to think about it.
Yeah.
If you got a kid, what have you done for the kid?
Yeah.
Just think about it. Just think about it.
If you take the bills out of it.
If you take the bills out of it, what have you really done for the kid to make you such an active person, an active parent?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, because think about it. You need a house over you need a roof over your head. You need running water. You need electricity. So that has to be done regardless for yourself.
You're gonna do that regardless.
So that's you didn't do that for your kid. Oh yeah, maybe you got an extra room or two because your kid needs to live with you because it's your kid.
Yeah.
But does that make you an active parent? It don't make you an active parent.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
Oh, I provide this, I pay for the food. Does that make you active though?
Yeah.
It don't make you active.
You gotta have a connection too, like you said.
So when I was telling people, you gotta have being active is far more than just food, water, a place to stay. It's way more than that.
Yeah.
I say I know too many people in two-parent households that grew up and still hate their mom and dad. They lived in the nicest of neighborhoods, in the biggest of houses, never wanted for food, but they didn't have a connection with their mother, their father. Mother and their father never participated in anything for them in school, never watched them play this, never once put them in this, didn't even help them figure out how to go to college, didn't do nothing. They just paid bills and gave them a place to stay.
That's it.
Does that make you active though? No. It don't make you active.
Yeah. That's just the beginning, you know.
That's
like
just
you say, it's a lot of depth to being active in somebody's life.
It's a lot of depth to being active.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
That's true. That's true. So it seemed like that tweet was talking about deadbeats, huh? Or
well, I just think I think so many people just have a bad understanding of what they be thinking they be knowing and they don't really be knowing.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
that's true. That's true. It's a lot of people talk surface stuff.
It's surface stuff. Yeah. To me, I look at it like this. I look at it like this, and this is just my honest opinion. You can't be a deadbeat if you don't honestly know your DNA status of that kid. I don't care how much you feel like you was rocking with that person. If you don't honestly know the DNA status of that's your kid, you didn't get that kid. How can you be a deadbeat if you don't honestly know if that's your kid or not?
Ooh.
That woman can sit here and say it was only you, and we've seen how many stories of it was only him. It was only him, and they we showed was somebody else.
Yeah, y'all better watch Mara.
You know,
it happens a lot.
You can't. And until you get that, and then on top of that, until you get that status, and then until you be looking at the kids, and you can see your kids come outside, man, that ain't my kid, man. You know for a fact it's yours.
Yeah.
But it's just like, man, help that kid, man. I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. Help that mama. Yeah. Like I don't want nothing to do with the kid if I ain't got nothing to do with the mama. Type deal. Yeah. That's a deadbeat.
Yeah. Or you don't want to sacrifice yourself, because me looking outside, I don't have any kids. If I could just what's what we're looking for, ask you as an outsider, you gotta sacrifice yourself if you have kids. It's not about you no more, right?
No, it's not.
It's about most of the time gonna go towards your kids.
Well, yeah, it's just like what we were saying the other day. I feel like I said, a lot of these single people, mostly single mothers, because mothers be the custodial parent of the kids when they go through the breakups. Yeah. And when you have these young kids, sometimes you really probably want to think about putting your love life on hold, especially if your kid is like under 10.
Yeah.
You know, And sometimes to me, that's still too young. You might want to put your love life on hold until your kid is damn near in high school,
Yeah.
where they can defend themselves.
Defend themselves. Yeah.
Because what happens is a lot of these people be so in search of a love life while you got young kids.
Yeah. Put your
And
kids
then
on
when
the back
something
burner.
then when something happens to your kids, you want to hoop and holler, but I didn't know. You should have
Yeah.
never even been out here pursuing a love life
Yeah.
when you got a young kid. And this is and especially to the ones who really know for a fact they don't have no support system.
Yeah.
If you know you ain't got no good support system, why are you pursuing a love life for? You just can't involve nobody around your kids.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, true.
and on top of that, let's be honest. Just knowing the fact that in some cases you got to look sideways at the parental parents of these kids because sometimes these blood parents be doing foul stuff.
Yeah.
So if you know, just the thought of knowing that blood parents be doing foul stuff, bringing some outsiders is not just the business. I don't
Yeah.
care how bad it is. I don't care how much you need help or whatever. Nah, you just can't do that. You just got to go through
Yeah.
it by yourself. If you decide to separate from your husband or your boyfriend or whatever like that, and these are the father of your kids, you best want to try to go through it by yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you bring another person in and then they end up assaulting or violating your kid, you're gonna be sick.
Sick.
And guess what? It's a lot of people who try to do that, and something happened to their kids, and they can live in denial all they want to. But you messed up.
Yeah.
And you the reason why your kid got assaulted.
Yeah, you gotta take that.
Trying to quote unquote follow help or follow somebody to lay down with. Man, you gotta be by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need help, man. If you need help, go get back with their father, their mother. Well, they don't want to get back. Well, be by yourself.
Yeah. Either one or the other, huh, my brother?
Either one or the other.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
People gonna get enough. Don't get it wrong. I understand. People are always on. Oh, but I had a good step here. Man, look, I don't bank on all that. I had a good step. Now, I don't bank on that. Why? Because I know with these step parent things, they're there for that person that they with.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases.
Yeah.
And I tell you, the trick gene, the simp gene is a real thing out here. Yeah. You can sit here and say, "Oh, he loved me like I'm his own child," and no, that nigga's there because of your mother.
Because your mother, yeah, yeah.
She's there because of your father.
Yeah.
In most cases,
yeah.
And when I say most cases, I'm talking about a high 99.9%.
Yeah. Yeah.
And nobody, that's a hill, that's a moon, that's a sun. I'm gonna die on. Ain't nobody can change my mind about that. You know, I don't, because I don't necessarily believe in the step parent ideology.
Oh yeah, why you say that?
I just don't, bro. I just don't. Like I get it that it happens.
Yeah,
but I don't like.
That's not how it's supposed to go down.
I just don't believe in it. Like,
yeah,
I don't.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I get people do it. Like I said, I get it. I understand it.
Yeah.
And people have the right to like, but I just don't.
You don't. Yeah.
I don't believe in it.
I agree with you, man. I mean, like you said, it happens. You know, I can just go for me personally. If you know, if I was to marry somebody, you know, it would be well discussed before that. You know, look, we had these kids.
I mean, because look at you in your situation, right?
Yeah.
In today's world, about 20 years ago, you can honestly say, it was a 50% chance you would meet a woman with a kid. It was a 50% chance that you'll meet a single woman with no kids. Today, I'm taking that away. It ain't 50-50 no more. It's about a 75% chance you're gonna meet a woman with kids, and a 25% chance you're gonna meet a woman with no kids.
Yeah, about 3 out of 4. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, in your life, it's a possibility that you're gonna have to be with a woman that got a kid.
Yeah. The odds are,
you know,
stacked heavily in that.
especially
Yeah.
especially when now the big changing factor is if you become publicly noted and attached to a bunch of money. Because then all the single women with no kids will want to shoot at you first, and they feel like they have a better chance of starting something by themselves in most cases. You know, but
especially at my age.
yeah.
Yeah.
So in most cases, it's gonna be a woman, like especially like I said, in our age bracket.
Yeah.
There are some women who still don't got kids. And it ain't the population ain't that big.
Yeah. Like about
You know,
about 1 out of 4, like you said.
exactly. So at the end of the day, your chances are, yeah, you can shoot for the ones with no kids, but it's a possibility that you're gonna land on, get play from, get that interaction from, most likely with a person who has kids or a kid.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. You're right.
so and a lot comes with that. You know, and I feel like just as a man, especially if a woman has daughters, I feel like that's just a situation that a man should just not walk into.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm good on
If
that
she,
one,
especially if a woman got young daughters, I just feel like that's a situation that a man should be just like, nah, you know, yeah, you fine or whatever like that, but now, man, you got young daughters.
That's dicey.
That's a dicey situation.
Yeah.
You know, because once you in there, one small disagreement, bro, it's a wrap for you.
It's a straight wrap. Yep.
Even if you don't go to prison, bro, you got the sting of the accusation.
Yeah, it's you out of there. Yeah, just from the accusation.
People gonna be looking at you. People gonna be looking at you sideways.
Yep.
You know, you're gonna have that stench on you. So I just feel like that's why I don't believe in it, bro.
Yeah.
It just, like you said, it's a dicey situation, man.
It's dicey, yeah.
Then on top of that, you knowing how a lot of these women be in competition with their dog. Nah, it's just no. It's just nope.
Yeah.
That's why you see so many women on these gender reveal videos that be really hating the fact that they having daughters.
I ain't never seen that. Why? Damn, that makes sense.
A lot of people hate the fact that, like, I tell people, if everybody gonna have sons, a lot of y'all sons gonna be some punks.
Yeah. Come on now. Yeah.
Everybody can't have sons.
Yeah, you have to have
you
some
know
daughters
what I mean?
too. Yeah.
But there's a lot of women out here that hate the fact that they having daughters, bro, because they know what these women are got to deal with.
Yeah.
Growing up, they know.
Yeah.
They know the heartbreaks.
Yeah.
You know, whether the man was just young and learning, but they know what comes with all this stuff.
Yeah.
They know what comes with being a woman.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, a woman don't lay down and get up the same. She don't, bro.
Because she's receiving, right?
It ain't that, bro. Like, yeah, I put it like this: a person is built to do. Okay, let me break it down like this. We are built to do whatever we want to do. Us as human beings, we're built to do whatever we want to do. Right?
Yeah.
We are created to do whatever we want to do. You have a free will to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
That means with your body, you can do whatever you want to.
Yeah.
But for us who believe in God, we are commanded to live a certain way. Why? Because God knows if you go out there and go do whatever you want to, you ain't gonna be able to handle what doing whatever you want to come with.
Yeah.
So we are commanded to live a certain way. Why? To protect us from our own feelings and emotions of doing all the stuff that we think we can handle and we can't handle.
Can't handle. Yeah. Wasn't made for that.
We wasn't made for it.
Yeah.
Like we was made to do whatever you want to. You can live reckless if you want to.
Yeah.
But you're commanded not to. Why? Because it's a lot that come with it. It's a never-ending tidal wave of just bad things trying to live how you want to live.
Yeah.
You know? So it's just, bro, it's just one of them situations, man. It's just just like I said, for my own personal, I don't tell nobody you can't go be a step parent. You know, it's good, it's cool. You know,
Yeah.
the whole Father's Day thing and everything like that. Mothers want to be. I that don't like that don't bother me. If women out here saying, "Well, I'm the father too," man, okay, go ahead.
Mm.
It don't bother me, no.
Mm.
You know, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
Mm.
You know, if that's what your that's how you raise your kid. That's how you raise your kid. What I'm gonna do? Tell you, you can't do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should tell that young boy that, man. Who am I to run up in your mouth and tell you?
What
You
to
know,
say, what not to, huh?
yeah, that's not my job in life. You know what I'm saying? Only certain people are supposed to cry loud and spare not, and I'm not one of them, unless I was called to be one of them.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah,
That's true.
it's just what it is, bro.
Mm.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that whole stepfather thing, man. I was gonna make that a banner, but that's a whole subject for another day, man.
It
Because
is, man.
a lot
It is.
of people gonna dislike me when I feel like when I talk about that whole step parent situation, and it just coming from my end, because like I said, I just see the dangers in it if you dealing with kids, unruly kids, and deceptive kids, and
Mm.
or even deceptive parents. Man, I know some people out there
Yeah.
that had been in a step parent situation, and then the mother got to, oh, so you looking up? You want to be with her? You doing
Yeah.
this? Call the laws on them, and then they say no. This buddy going to jail.
It can go left real quick, bro.
It can go left real quick.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah.
I just.
I don't,
no, man.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one, man. I don't see
Yeah.
myself doing it. You know, I like you said, man, I would rather just, if I was gonna do it, man, start something with somebody that don't got that. You know, we build that together, and you know, we can create a family like that. You know, if I was gonna do it, man, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Because I mean, it's man, yeah.
It's tough.
I stay away from it, man.
Tough, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because you haven't,
Right.
you know, you ain't really even saying nothing about the baby daddy, you know. So it's like that with that whole dynamic, you know, he could be, you know, salty that you would, you know, that you with his baby mama, and you know that could go left too. You know, that could be a problem. I mean, it's a lot of pitfalls come with that.
Yeah, just the fact of dealing with someone, like I said, you have to deal with their to a degree.
Yeah, man.
You know, you have to deal with their, you know, kid's mother or kid's father and all that stuff like that. Don't know how the situation and then went wayside. I don't know what your real motives are. Because the thing about it is, a woman can be chilling with you, and all you can do is listen to what she tell you. But what she tell you may not be the truth of how the relationship went down.
The whole truth, yeah.
It may not be the whole truth.
Yeah.
Like
it says always three sides to a story, bro.
Yeah, and the thing about it is his side, her side,